everybody, Sonic Whacker55 here, and today I'm reviewing my favorite parts of the Sonic X GE animation plushes made by GE Animation, and they started making these plushes in 2006 to 2007, right at the time of when Sonic X ended its original place. This review will be covering all the usual points, and I'm going to be talking about the materials, tags, details, proportions, pros and cons, and warnings. And I'll be taking a look at the fastest hedgehog around, Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic's sidekick Tails, the Guardian of the Master Emerald Knuckles, the Ultimate Life Form Shadow, and cute, adorable Cream. Now these guys have same materials. They are made out of polyester fiber and felt tip. And I want to say, Tails, Knuckles, Shadow, and Cream's mouth is printed on, and Sonic has iron-on eyes and an iron-on mouth. And I believe that these can crack over time, but if you're careful with these plushes, that won't be a problem. And guys, if you want to know what material they use for Tails' ears, it's the same material as the eyes, and it's emboiled. Also, Tails' hair, whiskers, and tails are made out of felt tip, and they can be sometimes kind of floppy. These guys have their eyes printed on, and probably some plushes have their eyes tilted, and that doesn't sound good. Also, if you haven't realized yet, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles' shoes on the bottom of his shoes do not have treads. I think the reason why they wouldn't put treads on the bottom of his shoes is because I think the shoes will be all weird. And also, I want to say, Tails and Cream has little plastics for the nose, and Cream's nose is a brown color. I think it was a good idea for GE to add plastics for Tails and Cream's nose because, for example, as Tails and Cream are in Sonic X, and their nose is shining off, so I think it's a good idea for the nose to be made out of plastic. And also, Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow's nose are made out of polyester fiber, and they're also stuffed. And also, Knuckles' nose is actually a big problem. See, when you push Knuckles' nose down, it won't be stuffed anymore. So I'll probably be careful with that. Next up, tags. Now, what I want to say about the tags is that all of these guys have their own specific tags. Now, this is what GE started making on their newer plushes. I know it saves money, but I really wish GE will keep on doing this on their newer GE plushes, because that's probably what I like about GE plushes anyway. Now, let's take a look at Sonic's tag. Now, Sonic's tag is really nice, with a nice background and an official image of Sonic, and his name is spelled down in basic text. And here's the back of it. And there's general information that you should know about these plushes. It is manufactured by Great Eastern Entertainment, and it's a Sonic project and it's made in China. Next up is Tails' tag. Now it's like the same as Sonic's tag, but it's a different background. And here's an official image of Tails probably sitting down and waving to something. And his name is spelled out in basic text, same as Sonic's. And here's the back of it. And some of you guys might be saying that the tags are actually different. Well, they are. And I'm going to tell you later. Here's Knuckles' tag. The official image of Knuckles, and his name is spelled out in basic text. And the background of it looks a little bit pink. And here's the back of it. And also, Knuckles has that string that is going around Knuckles' tag. Next up is Shadow's tag. Same as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. Official image of Shadow the Hedgehog, and his name is spelled down in basic text. And here's the back. I don't usually like the back that much because it's not well proportioned as Sonic's, but I think they put it that way because it's 14 years. Sonic's one does not say 14 years. Also, on a tush tag, it says under license by Sega. And on Sonic's tag, it doesn't say it. And also, the Sonic X logo is supposed to be on the left corner, and the Sonic Project is supposed to be on the right corner. Here's Cream's tush tag. And here's the real tag. Also, here's the back of it. It's the same as Sonic's. It's like the same as Sonic's, but in a different background color. Also, here's Sonic's tush tag. It's the same as Cream's. And here's the back of Sonic's tush tag. And also, it has CE on it, and it also has warnings and materials. And as far as I know, Shadow and Cream never had CE on the back of their tush tag, so it's not like they just added it for Series 2. Just only Series 1 probably. Also guys, these guys have their own series, and these guys have 2 series. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are considered Series 1. And Shadow and Cream are considered Series 2 under the Sonic X plush line. Next up, details. Now, details on these guys are really nice, but there's a few problems though. Now, these guys might have the stitching defect to them. For example, my Tails plush has a stitching defect, as you can see here. Also, when you get the same Knuckles plush as mine, you might know that his nose isn't stitched correctly, and it's kind of poorly put on. And also, those little things on Knuckles' shoes can fall off pretty easily because they're only attached with a little bit of glue. But at least on mine it did not fall off, so I'll be probably careful with that plush. And also, these guys are common. Now, Shadow is the biggest problem, and you could definitely tell due to the details. Now let's get started off with his head. Now, his hair is way too long. But in my opinion, I think it looks great because of the official picture of Shadow, it's like the same size as the Shadow plush. So in my opinion, I like Shadow's hair, and I like the back of it as well. Also, Shadow has stripes, which is missing on some Shadow merchandise as well. Also, Shadow's chest fur is only made out of felt tip. The biggest problem out of the Shadow plush is the ring and glove cuff details. It's really poorly made. Actually, this isn't just the worstest part. The second worst part is the bottom of the shoes. And like seriously, the shoes are poorly put on. And also, those air holes, they're only attached with a little bit of glue. And these could probably fall off very easily. It is also a problem in Knuckles' shoes as well. Next up is Cream. Now, Cream doesn't have that much problem. She looks really good. But actually, as you can see, she has no buckles on her gloves. And actually, Cream has 2 versions of herself. One, when you get the first print release of her, you'll realize that she's missing her eyelashes. But that was quickly fixed for later releases. And in version 2, Cream does have eyelashes. For example, my Cream plush does. Also, Cream's ears are stitched, and some people might want to rip off the stitching to loosen them. But I wouldn't do that because of how rare it is. Which one is rare comparing to the first print release Cream and the corrected release? Definitely the first print one. Also, the first print release Cream isn't just the rarest as well. Also, Tails is most likely the rarest of this entire set. No one has ever seen any go up recently on eBay. So, I would predict that he's probably very, very expensive. He might cost 80 to 100 pounds or dollars. Also, Tails has a nice smirk, which is very rare to see nowadays. And when you get the exact same rare Tails plush, you might see that his mouth might be stitched or that it's printed on. For example, my Tails plush is printed on. Also, let's look at Tails at the back. Now, my favorite thing about Tails at the back is his head. His head is round. As you can see here, his head is round, and that's my favorite thing about the back of him. Also, my favorite thing is his tails, but as you can see, it might be a little bit floppy because these tails are just made out of felt. This area, this is stuffed. Now back to Cream. Now the blue tire on her dress does look pretty bad, and it's also made out of felt tip. And I think the blue tire can rip off very easily. Next up is Sonic. Now Sonic has a few problems. As you can see here, his head is stuffed too much, and his hair is way too long, and also his nose is too round and short, and his shoes are way too small, etc. And also his muzzle is also weirdly shaped on some plushes, and also his eyes are a little bit weird when it comes down to the size. And look at the right of his eyes. It looks a little bit weird, as you can see, to the left side and to the right side. right arm is stitched and his left arm isn't stitched. So you can probably make it move if you want to.
Now the weirdest thing of this plush, well, on my plush at least, is, well, his mouth. It looks a little bit weird probably because of the stitching.
And guys, if you haven't noticed yet, but these were GE's first attempts on making Sonic plushes. Next up, proportions. Well, Sonic is approximately 10 inches tall. Tails is approximately 7 inches tall. I think Knuckles is the same size as Sonic. I think Shadow's 9 inches tall. And Cream's way too small. So that can only mean that she is approximately 5 inches tall or 6 inches tall. Cream is way too small than Tails. And yeah, it works is because Cream is supposed to be smaller than Tails, but she's very small. Now, about Sonic being 10 inches, Sonic is bigger than Tails because Tails is approximately 7 inches tall. So that can mean that Tails is smaller than Sonic.
Next up, pros and cons. Ooh.
So let's get started with Sonic first. Now he has highly detailed features, he's cute and collectible, and he's a perfect gift for any occasion. He's officially licensed by GE Animation, and he's brand new with tags. As you can see here, I got my Sonic plush and he's new with tag. Next up is Tails. Well, actually, Tails, Knuckles, and Shadow are all the same as Sonic. Cute, collectible, is a perfect gift as any occasion. Officially licensed by GE Animation, brand new with tags and highly detailed features. Now, last one for the proportions is Cream. Now, she's well-made, high-quality GE Animation toy, and she's really cute. She's approximately 6 inches tall, and she also meets CPSC toy safety standards. Okay, so I guess that's done for pros and cons. Now, last but not least, warnings. Here's Sonic's tush tag, and it also has warning on it. And here's the back of it. It has Sonic X, manufactured by Grace Entertainment, and it says warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 15 years. Please remove all packaging attachments before giving this toy to a child. You are advised to retain all information relating to this product for future reference. So this is what people doesn't usually like about this tag. It has warning and it says not for children under 15 years, which is usually annoying. On Tails' tush tag, it doesn't say any warnings. So that's what people would like. And here's the back of it. Warning, remove tag and all plastic fasteners before giving to children. Not for children, free and under. And it has general information that you should know about this plush. And also, Tails has the same tag as Knuckles. Now, the back of the tag is a little bit different about not for children. I mean, like, remove tag and all plastic fasteners before giving to children is the same, but it says not for children 6 and under. So if you're 6 years old and if you want this plush, you're not allowed to have it. And if you're 3 years old and if you want this Tails plush, then you're not allowed to have it because it says not for children 3 and under. Next up is Shadow's tag. Now it's a little bit different. As you can see here, it says warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 14 years. And it's a little bit different comparing to Sonic's. And next up is Cream's tag. When it comes down to the warnings, it says warning, choking hazard, small parts, not for children under 15 years. It's the same as Sonic's, but just in a different background color. So that's the thing that people doesn't really usually like about these plushes. It has warnings. It says not for children under 15 years, not for children under 3 and under, and not for children under 6 and under, and not for children under 14 years. So that's what people doesn't usually like about these plushes. It's like that people can have them. And where to get them? You could get it on mostly eBay, and I wouldn't trust Amazon because there were several occasions of when people try to order Tails and Knuckles and then instead they've been scammed and got the classic one. So in my opinion, I would predict you guys getting it off eBay. And my favorite one from the set is most likely Knuckles because he's highly detailed, and I honestly don't know why he's my favorite. Probably because of his smirk, his eyes, and also his fists as well. Also his hair as well. So in conclusion, viewers, these are some really nice iconic plushes. It is totally worth the money that you owe in my opinion, and they are just great. Just look at them. So pick them up if you're a fan of Sonic. Pick them up if you like to collect Sonic plushes, figures, or accessories. Pick them up if you like G animation plushes, or pick them up if you're a big fan of Sonic X, because usually it's from the hit anime series Sonic X, so it's a hit anime series. Well, see you guys for more of my reviews, and thanks for watching.